Power! She down there cooking some damn spam.
These simples.
Hey everyone, it's Micah Fragrance back at it again with another video. Today I'm bringing you guys my top 5 fragrances under $25. I did my top 5 fragrances under $100. Now whether you're on a budget or you'd rather get more fragrances for $100 than just one, this is a great video for you. Especially going back to school. A lot of these options are going to be great for school, and I've seen a lot of comments. People are like, hey, you know, back to school is coming up. I want to get a new fragrance, but I'm kind of on a budget. What would you recommend? So these might not be the fragrances I've been recommending on lives because they are a little cheaper than the fragrances I've been recommending. But still phenomenal fragrances for under $25. Unfortunately, I only have one cool weather fragrance in this list. Otherwise, you know, you can wear any fragrance anytime that you want. But I really only have one that's meant for cool weather. I got some versatile ones, though, that you can wear in the cool weather as well, but they'll also work in the warm weather. So let's dive into the first one, which is a very hated fragrance, and I don't get why. So we'll discuss the actual fragrance and why it's hated. That fragrance coming from the house of Versace is Versace Blue Jeans. This is $20 for a 2.5 ounce, lasts about 7 hours on my skin. What's the scent like? So if you guys can see by this huge note breakdown, there's so many scents. What do I actually get from it, though? Citrus, powder, vanilla, rose. It has a floralness, but rose is the most dominant thing that I get, and some like soft spices. So it's a really nice fragrance. Now it's kind of, I think contradictory would be the word, you know, having a huge note breakdown. It doesn't smell that overwhelming or anything. So don't look at this note breakdown thinking it's going to be, you know, the most complex scent ever. It's not basic at the same time. Now it came out in the 90s. Is it outdated? No, it's not outdated at all. Why does this stuff get hate then? You know, if it's a good fragrance, smells good, performs well, gets compliments, women seem to like it, you know, and it's cheap as well. Why does it get hate? One fragrance influencer in specific, not going to say their name because I don't want to throw any shade out, had said this fragrance sucks. So all their fans were like, okay, this fragrance sucks. And then their fans started spreading everything. And now a lot of people think that this fragrance sucks, but it's really the younger generation, kids that are my age, that think that this fragrance sucks. For reference, I'm 15 years old. You know, a lot of the younger generation really doesn't enjoy this fragrance. Anyone over like the age of 25 seems to enjoy this fragrance. You know, I've seen a lot of comments whenever I wear blue jeans. People will be like, "Oh, I'm 30 years old. You know, I've used to wear this fragrance when it just came out. I think it's super good. I don't get why it gets hated and stuff like that." Keep in mind, this fragrance is 30 years old. So yes, it's an old fragrance. People say, oh, I don't like it because it's outdated. I don't really think it's outdated. But I think it's just because it got hate from a specific fragrance influencer, and then people just kind of jump up onto that hate. Now, I say try it. You know, even if you buy a full-size bottle, you don't like it, you're only out $20, and you can say, I tried it, I don't like it, so I'm going to keep my opinion. I don't like the fragrance. But you tried the fragrance. That's really what matters, and that's what I always try and say within fragrances, is just to try as much as you can. So Versace Blue Jeans, great option for under $20. Next, we have a clone of a Tom Ford fragrance, so let's dive into that fragrance. The fragrance coming from the house of Maison Alhambra is Maison Alhambra Bright Peach. If you can't tell, it's a clone of Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. This one, what I like about it, you get the full clone experience, bottle and actual fragrance. Smelling it, you get peach, obviously, cognac, patchouli, green notes, grapefruit, or not grapefruit, it's like blood orange, something like that. But very, very, very nice. You get cognac, if I didn't say that. People often ask me, how prominent is the cognac? I don't want to, you know, smell like alcohol. I don't want to get pulled over or anything and cops think I'm drinking. If you get pulled over, they're not going to make you do a field sobriety test or anything. It just kind of gives it like a little boozy feel, but it's not like an alcohol-heavy fragrance. Very, very nice fragrance, though. Solid. Anywhere from 5 to 7 hours of longevity. I get 6 hours. For some people, this is beast mode on their skin. It's an average fragrance on my skin, but this stuff smells super, super nice. It smells like those gummy peach rings you can get at the store. Very good. $20 for 2.7 ounce Eau de Parfum concentration. Good compliment monster. Really good fragrance. So I would highly recommend this one. Okay, we talked about those two. Let's talk about that cool weather fragrance I mentioned. The cool weather fragrance from the House of Calvin Klein, predecessor to CK1, you guessed it, CK1 Shock. Now with this fragrance, there's cucumber in the opening, there's lavender in the opening, there's cardamom. I can't remember if it's the opening, but there's cardamom, there's amber, there's woods, there's tobacco. This is a very, very nice fragrance. Now, smelling it, what do I really get? I really just get lavender and tobacco. I kind of dislike this bottle. because you can't really smell it from the atomizer. You have to actually screw off the cap to get a whiff of it without spraying it. But this is very nice. Now, it's important to note the tobacco doesn't last in this fragrance forever. It's one of those fragrances where it kind of changes on your skin. So I get 6 hours of longevity with this. I'll spray it on. It'll be very tobacco heavy. And about 2 or 3 hours in, the tobacco will wear off. And you're left just with this beautiful powdery lavender fragrance. Very, very nice smelling. I think you should get this fragrance if you're looking for a signature cool weather fragrance that's not going to break the bank, or you want a great intro to tobacco fragrance. So that's where I would say you should get this cologne. $20 for a 3.4 ounce. Very good deal in my opinion. Great smelling fragrance, average longevity, average projection, but you will get compliments and you'll stand out a little bit with this one. So talked about those 3 fragrances. Now we're going to go to a clone of a very legendary fragrance. This fragrance is a clone of Abercrombie & Fitch's Fierce, one of the best-selling fragrances of all time, and it is Mont Blanc Legend, another best-selling fragrance of all time. Mont Blanc Legend is woody, fruity, citrusy, nice little hint of vanilla. It has a tonka bean in the base notes that kind of gives it a vanilla feel. This has apple in it. This has, I'm blanking on it. This has rose in it as well, but it's citrusy, it's fruity. Very, very nice. Now, this is an incredible signature fragrance. Wear it when it's 100 degrees, wear it when it's 0 degrees. Does not matter. You'll get compliments. 6 to 7 hours of longevity. Amazing scent. Like I said, compliment magnet. The only flaw with this fragrance being on this list is you cannot get a 3.4 ounce for under $25. I've never seen it on discounters or in person at a rack store. You can get a 1.7 ounce or a 1 ounce easily under $25. But amazing fragrance. I really like it, and I would recommend this, especially for like back to school, but really, really good fragrance. Highly recommend this one. You'll get compliments, you'll smell good, and you can just throw it on whenever. So amazing fragrance. And this last one we have isn't necessarily a clone, but has the same DNA as a fragrance. So let's discuss that one. Okay, the last fragrance on this list, $20 for a 3.4 ounce. Comes from a very legendary line in a very legendary brand. Comes from Abercrombie & Fitch, comes from the First Instinct line, and that is First Instinct Together. Now, this has an Invictus DNA in it. You know, it has that standard Invictus EDT, sugary, sweet feel to it. Very, very good. Sorry if it's bright back there. I'm recording it later in the day when I normally don't record, so if it is shining you guys at all, I'm sorry about that. But this is very, like I said, sugary, sweet, but this does that DNA differently because this has like a floral undertone. There's apple, there's pineapple leaf in the opening. I think that there's some wood. No, there isn't any woody notes. But then there's lavender and I think like geranium or something in here for the florals. Like I said, sugary, sweet, smells like Invictus with a different approach. So this is not like a clone fragrance by any means, but a very, very good fragrance nonetheless. Like I said, $20 for a 3.4 ounce, 6 to 7 hours longevity. You'll get compliments because it's a sugary, sweet fragrance. Very, very good value, amazing. You know, if you want something like Invictus, you don't want to break the bank, and you just don't want Invictus, you know, you want something different, get this fragrance. It's cheaper than Hawas. It's cheaper than Invictus. Smells different. Like I said, you'll stand out. So amazing fragrance, and that's what I'm going to recommend for the last fragrance on this list. Let me know what you guys think of my list. Let me know what you would do differently. You know, if there's any other fragrances you think I missed, even out of my collection. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure to give me feedback, as I said. But everyone, I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for supporting me, and I'll see you all in the next video.